Hello everyone, this is Charles again from Organic Remedies here at the Grow DeSoto Marketplace. Hope you're doing well. Hope your spirit is peaceful as well. Listen, today I'd like to talk about fertility or infertility to be specific. But before I get into the herbs to address that, I wanna do a refrain I'm always doing, and that has to do with the fact that before we talk about herbs, let's talk about nutrients. Let's talk about what you're eating. Because without that, it's going to be really difficult for herbs to do much of anything. A lot of herbs are medicinal and a lot are also nutritional. But what I'm really concerned with when we're talking about fertility has to do with folic acid, vitamin B12, and the better ratio between omega-3 and omega-6s. The vitamins themselves, the B12 and the folic acid, that right there has to do with DNA, RNA, red blood cell count. I mean, that is critical. That is critical. And as always, where do you get it from? The best place to get it, I don't like supplements unless they're absolutely necessary. I much prefer you to get it from your food because it's more balanced. And as always, where do you get it from? Leafy greens, your fruit. You get it from good omega-3s, avocados, olive oil. And another thing, fiber. Add fiber. If you do that, that's a good base to talk about fertility. Another thing, I know a lot of people have made New Year's resolutions. We all have. I'm going to challenge you. Here's a resolution. If you do, you're 50% on your way to curing anything that you're dealing with in your body at all. Stop scooping. Stop scooping. What do I mean when I say scoop? Stop adding sugar to the things you eat and the things you drink. That's hard. But if you wanted to make a resolution for the year, if you can stop adding sugar, because everything we eat or drink has some sugar in it anyway. So, I mean, come on. But if you stop adding it, you've gone a long way. Because stop and think about it. Diabetes is related to sugar. Insulin resistance, sugar. Everything is tied into the sugar. So stop scooping. And that's a good beginning. And then eat. And you know, smoothies are nice. Don't get it twisted. Smoothies are really nice. But every once in a while, eat your fruit. Eat your vegetables. Because there's something within it that adds to your body's ability to absorb it. Okay, so now let's talk about a few herbs that has to relate to infertility. One of which is black cohosh. I like black cohosh. Black cohosh helps you through that estrogen, progesterone cycle. It's really good in that area. Black cohosh I like. I also like, believe it or not, Don Quai. I think Don Quai is one of those herbs that every woman should be drinking. That tea you should be drinking. It's like a uterine tonic. So that's something you should really put in your apothecary. Another good one that comes to mind is shatavari. I think I've talked to you about shatavari before. I like shatavari as a balancer for women's hormones as well. Another herb that I like is tribulus. But tribulus, you got to be a little careful with. Tribulus, especially for the men, assuming that, you know, it's a two-sided equation. Either the woman is having some issue or the man is having some issue in terms of fertility. So men more so on the tribulus side because it's pretty good for helping him with any kind of dysfunction he may be having. So that's good. Spearmint, women do it all. Drink as much as you want. Men do not. It lessens testosterone, so you don't want to mess with that spearmint too much. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. I didn't want to give you too much more than that. What I wanted to start it with now is to get you to a point to where you start making some changes, because infertility is something that's a good 4-6 month process. Reorient yourself. Rethink how you're going about this. Let nutrition be your base. Once you get that baseline, you gotta introduce your herbs. When you introduce your herbs, then you need to give us a holler, because now we wanna formulate it for you, because each person is different. So how we decide what's a supporting herb and what's the leading herbs is all dependent on who you as a person are. So I just wanted to throw that out there to you and see how you feel about it. And if interested, as always, give us a call, hit us on the email, and we'll sit down and work with you on and getting this thing together. So with that, I'm saying peace and be well.